This ain't no joke, this ain't no game. This that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55 was goody. Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. All the shows spread fake news. We just call it podcast. West Joey, Sam, Shawn, Dalton. And you know that boy hit you. He said he wants a small fry. Tell him they better make him bang. Yeah, you already know what we be on.
You bet. Here he goes. This place is gonna.
If we said it instead of this song, sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal Sports Zone.
Straight steal of home. The slide. The Cards win.
The magic is working tonight. How do you know when things are
The emotional journey to the championship.
What is up, everyone? We are coming to you live from the Shoot 360 studios. This is the longest running streaming podcast in the nation devoted strictly to the University of Louisville athletics. We call it the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast, brought to you by Prime IV Louisville. We're going on and I made some nice graphics for the show today, so let's see if y'all like them or not. Boom. Pretty nice. Did that myself. I did not have to. That is not AI. That is not cap. That is strictly just my my talent. I'm your host, by the way, Jeremy Wahman. My co-host, it is the big little brother, Joe Wahman. It is the man who, when he sees his shadow, it means 43 more years of no loving. It's Shawn Barber. Shawn,
how's it going?
And last but not least, he is our red chipper, our 6-star, our triple threat, not dual threat. He is your first listen every morning on Locked In Louisville. He is your PA announcer for the Louisville Kings, and he is your recruiting guru. It's our guy, Dalton Pence.
Greetings.
Every time. Don't forget, guys, the Mossy Oak chat line is open if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or however. Send in your questions on social media. Check on the graphic below on the right side to see where you can follow the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. And on the left side to see how you can help support the show monetarily if you'd like to. Hit the thumbs up button while you're in here watching on YouTube. It is our preferred way of you watching the show. Helps us out more analytically with sponsors. Subscribe to the podcast on YouTube and Facebook to be alerted anytime we go live. Speaking of our sponsors, Fitness Market, 4Pegs, Collision Course Crew Tailgaters, Cherry Pickin, Shoot 360, Mossy Oak, Planet Fitness, Rally House, Beckmanns FineBladeZ, Josh Jarboe from Remax Realty, and our title sponsor, Prime IV Louisville. At Prime IV Hydration and Wellness, they believe in the power of personalized healthcare. Their memberships are designed to provide you with regular access to top-quality IV drips and injections tailored to your unique needs. Discover the benefits of consistent wellness treatments and join the Prime IV family today. Your journey to better health starts here. Give them a call at 502-251-9836. Let them know Cardinal Sports Zone sent you. Guys, it is March Madness time, a time that we had missed for a long time. It's back for a second year in a row. We are hoping the first round exits are not back for a second year in a row. Our guy, Big Brock, says, what's up, CSZ?
What up?
Kevin Watson says, fellas, dang, Lehigh Prairie View will be blown out by Florida. I blame Kelsey. He should be fired. Absolutely. I don't know any other reason. Let's hop right into the non-game stuff, specific stuff. It was announced this morning that Mikel Brown, now it's mixed signals here. It was announced this morning via press release that he is out for the entire first weekend of the tournament. He then went on during a press conference and said he may be playing Saturday. I don't know which one of those I'm going to err with the side of caution and go with Louisville's press release. But there's no way to mask this. There's no way to make this look pretty. We're going to be without our most dynamic playmaker and scorer, and we're just not going to be as good as we could be. Dalton, can you kind of go into like how different of a team we are without Mikel than with him?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this team is who they are record-wise. I mean, at the end of the day, they're floating right around 500 without Mikel. Does that look differently if they had playing the whole season without him? I don't know. Perhaps you could say the same thing with Case and Pryor, though. So I will say that if there is maybe a silver lining, is that the team did get their best win without Mikel just about a week and a half ago at Miami. And last week, I mean, yeah, it might not have been the prettiest showing in the ACC tournament, but you saw some of that effort that you were hoping to see all season. So, I mean, we'll talk about it. You still are expected to win that first game, regardless if you do or do not have Mikel.
Absolutely. Still favorites. Vegas line went down from 7.5 to 4.5 yesterday. So they knew in advance. Terry Jones says, my neck, my back, my neck, and my back. I don't
Shut
know.
up, fool. You ain't hurt.
I don't know how else I couldn't describe that any better.
I saw it.
Aaron Walker says, what's up, fellas? What's up, Aaron? I appreciate you tuning in here tonight. Can't even, there's no way to act like this is not a big deal. Because not only with Mikel do you get more scoring, but you get a guy that pulls attention off of the other players and allows them to have more open, more stress-free, more, the game flows a lot nicer with Mikel in there. So there's no way to even sugarcoat this. I want to do the opposite of sugarcoat the next point, though. The notion that Pat Kelsey is on the hot seat. I know that's what a lot of you want to think. I know that we didn't make we didn't make it past the first round last year. Now, if we don't this year, that's 2 years in a row, and he can't coach. He's got the most by one victory. He's got the highest first 2-year total between him, Rick, and Denny. And trust me, I'm not trying to compare the three, and just their records in the first 2 years. Made the tournament both his first 2 years. Rick only made it his second year. Denny made it both year, made it to the Final Four his first year, but he's an anomaly. He's bought himself time here. And what really aggravates me about he's going to be in some his bridges are going to be warm if we don't win tomorrow. Look, we all want to win tomorrow. Everybody wants to win every game, but by no means, like, what do y'all want? How do we handle the situations? Every time a coach doesn't go undefeated, y'all want him fired, or every time he doesn't win when y'all want him to win, he's fired. That's just it's not realistic.
Can I ask him a question?
Can you ask you a question?
Just everybody.
Just them. Yes.
Just hypothetically.
Humor him.
Tomorrow doesn't go the way we hope. Oh, fire Kelsey. Who do you think is going to be better than him that we're going to get?
I mean, we saw what happened the last time everybody wanted, and Chris Mack was a decent coach, and I'm not so sure
he had some family stuff that probably took his mind off the ball a little bit. I didn't dislike Chris Mack.
Absolutely.
The thing that happened with him was what happened when he fired the two coaches. That's what kind of drug him down.
There was a spiral. But my question is, who do you think who's out there? Bruce Pearl?
No, I don't know if I want him.
No, I mean, you know what I'm
Billy
saying?
Donovan.
Yeah, we just keep going back to Billy Donovan and Jay Wright. Everybody does.
Wright.
John Gruden.
But I saw him shopping out Lake Forest the other day for a house.
Oh,
but good
my
grief.
God.
Like you said, he's won 20-plus games both years, made the tournament. Last year, regardless of how he looks this year, before the knee injury, Case and Pryor was probably up the 9 games he played, second best player on the team.
Sure.
Probably the best second.
In that documentary, PK called him, we lost our best player.
Well, Chucky was the best player. Even if Kaysen hadn't got hurt, Chucky was going to be the best player on the team.
Kaysen was playing at a pretty high clip,
He was.
but I get you.
And then this year with Mikel, again, I'll say it for the 4,000th time. This team was built around Mikel Brown.
No, absolutely.
So when he goes down, what's funny? What did I miss?
The last comment there.
Oh, no Moss. No Moss. No, but like this team was built around Mikel. So when you're not sure whether he's going to be ready to play or not, like that, when you're going through a week of practice, it's hard to, fully game plan a certain way because you don't know.
Aaron with a great point here.
Give him time.
Says it's okay to be disappointed in a result, but we have to allow him to grow as a Power 4 coach. Let him make adjustments, coaching staff, personnel, etc. I will say this. One of my gripes, I don't want to say only because y'all might point something else out, but one of my gripes has been not only the substitution, and we had that same issue with Rick. Rick we get hot and he'd take
somebody hit 3 threes in a row and then he'd take them out because he wasn't a starter.
Yeah, and I don't like that. And I also the biggest thing for me though is his refusal at times. He just swore up and down he was never going to change the starting lineup, and then finally put Zoo in. The one position that nobody really was. We wanted Hadley to slide over. We wanted McNeely out of the starting lineup, but no, he changed Frew to Zoo, and
I mean it sparked a little bit. I feel like
it did. We played a lot better, but here's the thing: as you pointed out, injury to one of the top stars both years. Any other season, I mean, Coach P got passes when T. Will went down for the season. When Taekwon got hurt, so I know Pat Kelsey hadn't earned his passes yet, so I'm not saying that.
And we don't have. It just is what we don't have Duke's roster.
Well, also. Pat Kelsey, as we were talking before the show, Pat Kelsey walked into an entirely different situation. He had to. Was Aiden McCool the only guy that returned?
Yep.
Yes.
So had to construct a whole new roster.
It took him to the tournament.
Correct. And not only that, to be successful at that level, and again, your Dukes, your North Carolinas, teams like that, they have returning players. They have more returning players than they have transfers. Now, everybody's dabbling in transfers, but we've almost had to turn our whole roster over every single year. This year,
we will next year.
Right. Well, this year we had Kobe and Allie play, and they were on our team last year, but they didn't play last year. So I'm counting them kind of.
Kaysen and Javon.
Yeah, Kaysen.
Well, Spencer. Some of the guy Spencer.
Yeah, we can't forget our guy Spence.
Hinky or
bless you.
Is that his name?
Will.
He was on the team last year.
Shout out to Will the Thrill doing his own podcast. It's doing pretty good numbers.
He was on the team last year, right?
I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're going to turn it over again, next year. But here's what I think going forward. Like last year, the team wasn't built around one player. And we were all excited for Mikel to get Mikel Brown.
Yeah.
Right. But I think you mix both recipes, right? Kind of like what he went after for this team, other than building around one player. Like last year was more balanced, altogether. Second of all, we need to get some guys that want to play defense.
You get some guys in the front court.
So
that's something lacking both years.
Well, but we haven't been very, very good defensively, front court or back court,
now,
with the exception of a couple players.
I got a point to make here.
Oh God,
okay.
Sean's going to contribute.
Boing! The last 3 national championship winning coaches, twice. Dan Hurley, Golden, down in Florida.
That's just
they started out. Okay, Dan Hurley, first 4 years at UConn, 16-17, 19-12, 15-8, 23-10. Now you can go, well, he started out before NIL, pre-NIL. All right. Now, Golden, he started out during NIL at Florida, 16-17, 24-12, and now national champion, number 1 seed in the tournament.
Well, that's because Florida fans are patient and not insane like we are.
That's what I'm saying. We have some patience, people.
We are, and I'm going to tell you this: breaking news. I think I figured out why our fan base has gotten. It's a mixture of two things. First off, we have had the worst off the court luck the last 9 years. No other way to put it than that. But I'm starting to believe that it is the amount of mixed team families has increased. So when I was growing up, the whole family is either Louisville or Kentucky. But within the last 15, 20 years, there's been a lot of Louisville and Kentucky households join up.
Cross-pollinating.
Yep. And their kids may have the good parts of U of L in them, but they got the negativity of I'm just kidding, maybe. But no, Pat came into such a bad situation, and he's done a good job. He's not done a great job. And what I want to point out about what you two were saying about the defense. Pat Kelsey has, and we've talked about this a million times on the podcast, he has recruited a pro-style offense and a pro-style defense. The problem with that is they don't play defense in the pros. So you don't have, and I was talking to our guy Dominic Yates earlier. Shout out to him, doing big things up in the Bay, up in Green Bay. We're going to have to recruit a physical center next year because these finesse big man are these run and gun big man are not. They're not doing it.
Does Kendall Dartez have any?
I don't believe
left?
so. Neither does Damian Dantzler. I checked, but they.
All right, I'll play.
We have to have a physical force down low if we're going to keep shooting the threes, because you got to have somebody down there rebounding. And our guys, the 4 guards shouldn't be down there rebounding. The center should be rebounding.
Zoo might be able to be that guy with a full year under his belt, and in the summer, because he is physical.
He is, but
and he does get Zoo make rebound.
So here's the thing. When Zoo got in, who did he play against? Who did he start against first? Do you remember, Dalton?
He's been starting since Syracuse.
Okay, he got in that Syracuse game, and he looked like a bull in the china. He looked like one of them deers that stood up on their feet for the first time, like you see in the cartoons. They're like, blah, 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 blah.
But what do they eventually do? They straighten out. They can fix that.
He still plays like that. I'm sorry.
That's 2 weeks, bro.
I like Zoo, but you would have a hard time convincing me that he could start at Western Kentucky.
Summer full of individual one-on-ones, working on footwork, and
but he did that all summer.
He's a reserve big man.
First, yeah, and his name is Vagelis, like almost like Sean's government first name, which is never mind.
Don't get me wrong, Joey. He has a spot on this team. There is a role for him on this team.
He's going to be on this team for sure.
He just can't be your feature big man. You're not.
Well, no, I'm not saying that he's the guy that's going to necessarily be the starter. But if you're talking about having somebody that can move around with people, like body some people, like he can be that guy.
I agree.
He can be that guy.
The problem is we got 3 guys in Fru, Zoo, and Allie. Love them to death. Bless their heart.
Allie had 3 blocks.
He matched his whole season total in that one game.
He's gonna have 4 tomorrow.
Okay, all right. They're all 3 backup.
Total
centers.
of 4 inches off the ground.
They're not starting centers. Imagine if you had a guy like Samardo Samuels or Terrence Jennings on this team, like a guy who could push people, or Ellis. Good God, if Ellis Miles was on this team.
Well, what I'm getting at is we need to go after, and again, obviously we'd love to have a Chucky Hepburn every year, a Fat Edwards every year, but we need to go more after those type of guys.
Yeah,
the defense
you can get both.
They're all over the place, right? That's what I'm saying. You can get them. You can get the guys that can knock down the threes.
Yeah. I was going to say, I love that Joey's looking up at you.
Well, I can't do this and talk to you because I like
you
to
have
see.
It all Joey. It all comes down to scouting.
Yeah,
you've had the budget now. Year 1, look, I give him every benefit of the doubt because even in the transfer portal era, he came in and one off season transformed the whole team. Year 2. When you exceed expectations year 1, naturally you're going to create a higher set of expectations for year 2. And unfortunately, up to this point with the roster they put on paper and how we talked about it like it was a national championship contender. And now we're talking about being happy with one tournament win. You can't fire him. There's no way you can, nor should you be thinking about it. I mean, he's done really good things. You can't see the forest for the trees. There is some real, I won't call them concerns, but there are areas where PK needs to look at this very honestly and understand that, hey, look, maybe this is my first year of seeing my actual system in place. Here's what worked, but here's what didn't. And we got to change some certain things up. And if he's willing to do that, like Dan Hurley did, that's gotten him to where he's at now, then I think he can succeed here. But I think one issue with coaches going from mid-majors to the Power 5 is that they try to continue to do the same thing over and over, even when it's proving to not work. And I'm hoping that that's not what PK is going to do, and I don't think it's what he's going to do, but that's what we have to see in year 3. So yeah, I agree with all you all. You can't even think about firing, nor should you, nor will they. Louisville's
No,
not even close to even thinking about firing Pat Kelson. Anyone thinking so is just kind of setting themselves up with false expectations.
Well, it's kind of like the people that every season that are like, man, I've already saw it for football next year. Spring practice yesterday for the first time, and people are on social media like, oh, we're going to win double-digit games next year. I'm like, already.
we do it to ourselves.
Right. No. That's my point.
Yeah.
Self-inflicted wounds.
But I won't change that. Like, because it doesn't, I don't get as butthurt as everybody else does when
Fair enough.
things don't go our way, because going into this season, on paper, we were a Final Four team.
We looked
No
like
d-
a
no
Final
doubt
Four
about it.
team, except the first half of the season, we looked like a Final Four team, except for when we played Tennessee and Arkansas.
We were going into the season, on paper, we were a Final Four team. And but injuries are going to happen. Things are going to happen throughout the season. Same with football, right? Like last year, we were without Isaac,
Chris,
Kiwan, a couple games, Duke,
came on, yeah.
Chris Bell. What was the other receiver? Colin Lacey. Yeah. We were without people through. It's going to happen, and that can cause you to drop a game here and there.
Unfortunately, our quarterback's the only one that didn't get hurt.
Now,
you just got to be honest about why things derail, right? I mean, every year it's different. Football, I think it's reasonable to. I don't know about making like 10 wins your cutoff for happiness, but I think shooting for 10 wins is definitely fair. It's just. I go back to the point you made, Jeremy. This fan base has just been through probably more than any other fan base I've probably seen in my life in the past decade or so. It's something you never think could happen, continues to happen to your program, and it's to the point to where the only thing that's going to fix that is consistently winning in March. And until that happens, there's always going to be some hostility, for better or for worse.
We don't have any people signed for next year, right?
No.
So,
that's
but
we how can you talk about extending roster continuity when you had opportunities to win some recruitments? Now, to be fair, the staff was pretty firm with their valuations, their lines in the sand. They're like, we're not going to overpay for players that maybe don't meet the valuation they're getting paid for. And if that is your case, hey, that's fine. You also, in the same breath, has to be all portal now because you don't have a high school signee. So do you want continuity or do you not? Because you can't have your cake and eat it too at times, I feel.
Well, we can get portal guys. I mean, like Adrian Woolley, we got after a freshman. He was a sophomore this year, right?
Yeah, so he still got.
So we can go after some guys like that to where
Conwell.
we can get them. But I'm saying that we could have for a couple of seasons.
Oh, okay.
Like Woolley,
and for Hadley was
right
over from last year.
Yeah.
So
I don't expect Willie to be with. He's been flirting with Arkansas for the last 3 months.
And therein lies the point. I think that it depends. If you're wanting to go get developmental pieces that you think can win, in a couple years and be developmental guys, truthfully, then I think you need to recruit that type of recruit. You need to recruit in the 31 to 90 range instead of going for those top 25 guys and then be like, well, damn, now there's a bidding war. Well, what did you expect? That's kind of how these recruitments go. So
last year, we didn't have the top 10, top 15 guy, right?
We had Mikel.
Not last year.
Last year.
We had top 40 guy. Kanai was a late ad, but he was like
right. Well, I'm just saying on the whole
35.
team, but Chucky and Fat.
We forgot Kanai. Kanai was like 19th, right?
No, he was right inside the top 40. Depending on who you asked, but he was a good recruit.
But last year we just ran out of gas.
Yeah.
At the end of the season. We ran out of gas at the end of the season.
Well, then Rain got hurt.
Right. But what I'm getting at is if you're looking at both seasons, last year it worked. It's worked some this year. but you put all your eggs in that one basket, or the majority of your eggs in that one basket, and that basket didn't play half the games.
And I think we
It
also
all comes down to scouting. The issue I have with that,
Right.
Joey, I'll make this point really quickly. The issue that I have about using 24-25 as the baseline to show what worked and say, oh, well, they ran out of gas. They 100% did. You can't really expect two starters to be out the whole season. The ACC was also historically weak last year. The ACC is very much improved to where you have 8 tournament teams this year. I think if the ACC is like last year, this year, we're probably in the same boat to where we might be the 2 seed. But the ACC is very much better, and it's not going to be reversing anytime soon. So
No. It's going to get better as it goes.
Exactly. So it's
Will
it's hard
Wade's going to get better
last
class.
year last year had a really bad conference.
Yeah, Will Wade's going to get better players.
Well, you got to think 2 years ago we had a historical coaching turnover. We lost Tony Bennett, Jim Boeheim, just
Payne.
No, I said great talent. I really wish that thing didn't exist. So that's what you're going to get with first year coaches like that. You're going to have a struggle season or two, and then as you see, Virginia's coach already up to a level to where I think Louisville fans would be pleased with his results.
3 seed in the tournament.
And last year,
there's people that are
too bad.
There's some of the analysts that have picked them to go to the Final Four.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I could see it.
Ryan Odom's a great coach, though.
Yeah,
I could see Virginia making.
Tony Bennett stole my seat at the EYBL. I'm never going to forgive him for that.
Well, he's out.
Thankfully. Robert says, "What's up, fellas? Amos isn't here, is he?" Robert had a.
Hold on, Kevin. Why can't he believe he's agreeing with me?
I don't know. Probably because
I make good points.
That's true. Kevin said most of the fans on social media aren't real U of L fans. I wouldn't say that.
Burners.
I just think that they're a little jaded. And then Terry says either Frew or Roots,
or they get drunk and tweet.
Need to average a double-double to have a chance to get to the Sweet 16. Yeah.
Well,
I don't.
What you said earlier about somebody making playing good and then getting pulled out.
Kanaz has been that guy.
Had 11 points in 9 minutes and had 3 fouls in the first half.
I don't think he played the rest of the game after
he didn't play any of the second
points.
half. He had 3 fouls in the first half and he played him with 3 fouls and then did not play in the second half. And I don't understand it. That's kind of goes back to what you were saying earlier. That's some befuddling type things that and again, maybe there's a rhyme to his reason. I don't know what it is.
Chris Currier says, how much is last year's Louisville team similar to this year's South Florida team?
Resume-wise, pretty similar. Playing style, not at all.
I was going to say that's about where it goes.
Well, we beat Clemson last year. South Florida didn't have a win like that on their resume. No. The best team they beat was Wichita State, and they're Kim Palm. They're 48th. We at least
committee didn't take both of us serious at all.
Huh?
No.
The committee didn't take us serious last year, and judging, they went on an 11-game winning streak, and South Florida is an 11 seed.
Yeah,
but again, who they're playing? They're not.
No,
all
agreeing,
the teams.
Yeah,
all the teams in their conference are above 100 in the Kim Palm, other than Wichita State, and they only had to win 2 games in their conference tournament to win the conference tournament.
Yeah, it's a 1-bid league. That shows you everything you need.
But I'm just saying, they didn't. It's not like they had to go on a run. So, winning 11 games.
Question, not so much.
Miami of Ohio won 31 straight, but they didn't play nobody. So
did they play tonight?
Yeah.
Yes.
SMU, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Come on, Smooth.
SMU's missing that player too. The guy that said they said it was going to play.
Yeah,
he's not playing.
Yeah.
Well, let's preview. We've talked a lot more than I was hoping to talk.
Tourney time
about this first part. Let's tell y'all a little bit about South Florida, 25-8 champions of the AAC. Their starting lineup is as follows: Josh Omajafo, 6'5" guard, 200 pounds. By the way, their entire starting lineup weighs less than 1,000 pounds. If that tells you anything, 6'5", 200 pounds. Their entire starting lineup also averages double digits, 11.5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, shoots at a 46% clip. Number 2, Wes Enos, son of Curtis Enos, 6'2" guard, 200 pounds, 16.8 points per. I said Enos.
I'm glad his first name didn't start with a P.
16.8 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, shoots at a 40% clip. Joseph Pinion, 6'5" guard, 200 pounds, 14 points per game. Reminds me a lot of Kyle Kuric. With he's a slasher. He's very, very forceful. 14.2 points per game, 4 rebounds, but he only shoots at about 39% clip. Number 11, CJ Brown, their guard, 4 guard. I don't know which 2, 3. They got 4 guards just like we do. 6'2", 175 pounds, 11.1 points per game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 37%. And the star of their show, Isaiah Nelson, forward/center, 6'10", 218 pounds, 15 points per game, 9.6 rebounds, 56% field goal shooter. They get about 26 points per game from their bench and about 15 rebounds. They all average double digits. I think the average weight is like 198 pounds. They got 2 6'5" guards, which I imagine that they'll probably try to line up against Conwell and McNeely. I feel like Woolley will probably be one-on-one with Ennis because they're a little bit closer skill-wise. That leaves Javon Hadley probably up against Pinion or Amajafo or Amalama, whatever. And then that'll put the Zufru Alley trifecta up against Isaiah Nelson. Got to get him in foul trouble, and with the 15 fouls to give there, you're going to be able to if you strategize that way. And we'll just kind of go over Louisville's stat line real quick. Ryan Conwell, 6'4", 215, 18.7 points per game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, averages 2 turnovers a game. He is which I did not know this, but he leads the team average, taking Mikel out of the equation, in turnovers per game with 2, which is not too bad, I don't guess. Shoots 40% from the field. Adrian Woolley, another 6'4" guard, 200 pounds, 8.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He's got a 1.1 turnover ratio, shoots 45% from the field. Isaac McStapley, 6'4" guard, 195 pounds, 10.6. I can't call him McThreely because he's got to earn that back. 10.6 points per game, 3 boards, 1 assist, 0.8 turnovers per game, 40% from the field, just like Conwell. At our 4 spot, Javon Hadley, 6'7". That is where I believe the game is going to come down to. Is going to be Hadley against whoever he's defending. Hadley has got to do like he's been. If that was anybody else other than Javon Hadley right there, I may fear that we lose tomorrow. He makes me feel comfortable about winning. 6'7", 210, 11.8 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 57% from the field, 0.7 turnovers per game. Phenomenal. And then again, the trifecta, the 3-headed horse, 14.7 points per game, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and again, 15 fouls to give.
That's one heck of a center. If you could
put them all together, it would be amazing. But unfortunately, you can't. They only play like 2 people on their bench. I know I said that they average about 26 points per game and 15 rebounds. Let me rephrase that. They've got 2 people that they play regularly on their bench. They've got a lot of other people that play 2 or 3 minutes here, 2 or 3 minutes there, and that's where a majority of those 26 points per game. It's a bucket here, a bucket there. Last game they only had 3 bench guys. They're gonna have to play more than 3 people in reserves against Louisville. Louisville, as much as they're gonna run us up and down the court, we're gonna push the pace, run them up and down the court. Dalton, who do you think matches up with who? I know who I said, but I have no idea. I haven't watched a lot of South Florida, so I don't know who plays 1, 2. I don't know all that. So can you kind of let everybody know who you think is going to be matched up with who tomorrow?
Honestly, I think that, I mean, you're going to see that change very quickly and often, and it's hard to answer that question, Jeremy, because of how quickly Louisville subs. So who's guarding who for the first 3 minutes of the game? That's
true.
changing 17 minutes left to go. Wes Ennis will be the focal point in the backcourt. I think he is what makes that offense go. Him and Isaiah Nelson. Something else is that South Florida is in the 94th percentile in post-ups. So they're going to make it a point of emphasis to try to bully you. No pun intended. But they're going to try to bully you. So you're going to see Javon Hadley and probably when they are in, Kobe Rogers and Kenai Roots being those point of attack defenders. So I think you would see a lot of Rogers defending Wes Ennis. And Hadley, honestly, I think he's just going to kind of float around and be the point of attack defender when somebody gets the ball in the paint. So he's going to be
I
that
like
Swiss
that.
Army knife. So I wish I could answer it more concretely, but it's going to change very often. And you know that South Florida is going to work to switch almost everything.
Absolutely. Great point there. And when Roots comes in, that'll give us the height advantage at 2 spots. Well, sorry. We already have the height advantage at the 4. Hopefully they will I'm just keep hoping that they'll slide Javon over to the 3. And that makes us a lot bigger. That'll make us a lot better rebounding team. I don't know if we'll do that or not. Aaron says, to be realistic, if we beat USF, how likely is it that we can beat Michigan State without Brown? We're going to pause that talk. I know the other day I said we are going to talk Michigan State tonight. I got off the phone. I talked to some sauces, not barbecue or ranch, but some sauces with the program, and told them I was planning on talking about USF tonight and Michigan State. And they're like, which typical, you hear this comment, you know it come from Pat Kelsey. The next game's the most important game. We're not worried about the next game. So what we'll do is if we beat when we beat South Florida, we'll try to figure out a time before the game Saturday or late Friday night. We'll preview Michigan State then. We'll give you a trifecta this week so we can talk about it. I don't know a lot about Michigan State either. I was planning on spending tomorrow watching some Michigan State games in the morning while I was working. So I can't give you an answer to that. Dalton, have you seen a lot of Michigan State? Do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, they even with Mikel, that's a really tough matchup. They are very physical. They are a tall team that, I mean, they're one of the most physical teams in the country. So, and they attack the rim all game long. So I don't feel great about it. So we are rooting for, who are they playing again?
North Dakota State.
There you go. Go Bison.
Are they the Bison?
Bisons?
There you go.
Is it Bisons or Bison?
Bison is plural.
Are you sure?
It's like deer.
The Bisons.
Well, then
plural.
why is their mascot Bisons? Plural. Like,
I don't know.
Don't go to that college.
One bison or two
Robert's
bison.
right.
Still a bison.
That's the storyline. This is such a Javon Hadley game. It's not even funny. This is a 20-point Javon Hadley game.
Yeah, and that's what I was alluding to earlier. Chris Curry says USF struggled with Western Kentucky, beat them by 6 in overtime. I'm trying not to be overconfident, but I keep looking at their wins and shouting Bull South. Hey, it is what it is. Bobby Jones, what's good, Bobby? What's up, fellas? Happy Madness Eve. Go Cards. Absolutely. Yeah, I just think this is going to be the game for Hadley to take over. Again, I'll do some research. I don't know a lot about Michigan State. I try not to be like, you got some people in the air that just like try to bull crap their way, no pun intended.
They got a great guard.
I don't do that.
Is Jeremy or Jeremiah Fears? That guy.
Is that the kid that used to play for Oklahoma?
I believe so.
No,
yeah.
that's no.
Was it?
That's the other. There's another Fears.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's with the Pelicans now.
Okay, fair enough. Again, no clue. Our guys out at Mossy Oak Property, what's up? One of our sponsors. Appreciate you joining in the show. Speaking of our sponsors, we want to thank them again. Fitness Market, Four-Pex, Collision Course, Crew Tailgaters, Cherry Pickin, Shoot 360, Mossy Oak, Planet Fitness, Rally House, Beckmanns FineBladeZ, Josh Jarboe from Remax Realty, in Prime IV Louisville. Speaking of Prime IV Louisville, are you ready to take your health to the next level? Prime IV Hydration and Wellness has a special promotion just for you. Join them now and receive 1 month free with a paid 6-month membership up front. This offer is only available for a limited time, so head on over to Prime IV in Middletown to enjoy their customized IV treatments and expert care. Elevate your wellness routine today. Give them a call at 502-251-9836. Tell them Cardinal Sports Zone sent you. We've been doing that for about 6 months now. Had tremendous improvement in our health. Every time we go there, we run into some former Cardinal greats. So they are a Cardinal-friendly establishment. Supposed to have one of the owners on one of these shows coming up. Just not been able to hammer down a time that works with everybody. But I had to tonight. My focus was to get a time where Dalton could be on with us because we miss him. Hadn't had to have him on here in a while. So it is what it is. Shawn, I'm gonna go with you first. What does Louisville have to do to win this game tomorrow at 1:30 now on what channel, Joey?
TNT.
TNT.
To me, defensively, I think you got to press them. They're not a deep team. We did pretty good pressing too in half court trapping. I believe it was the SMU game. I say go right back to that and wear them out. And that way you don't have to worry about them beating your guards and getting to the rim and all that stuff. And them being able to post up and trying to figure out how to stop their center. Just press them. Try to force them to turn the ball over. And the other thing on offense is when you have your open shots, hit them. Because they had some against Miami.
It's that easy, just hit them?
I mean, it's that simple. If you're a shooter and you're open, you have to hit. That's why we brought you in, is to make open shots. If you're not
Shawn,
making open shots,
we brought plenty of females in for you, and you've not been able to hit the open shot.
Well, that's why I'm not.
That's why you are the way you are.
Yeah.
Dalton, what does Louisville have to do to win?
South Florida is one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. They shoot a lot of three-pointers. 43% of their shots are three-pointers, and they only make 33%. So how they mitigate that loss is they create a ton of second-chance opportunities via offensive rebounds. So Louisville's got to, I'll say, be the enforcer, especially in the paint. I think that you have to own the glass because last 4 games they've given up double-digit offensive rebounds on the defensive glass. So I think owning the paint is one thing. I also mentioned their 94th percentile in post-up offense. So defensively, you have to hold your own. They like to gamble on defense. They force turnovers, but when they miss pretty badly. That results in open shots. Shawn mentioned it. Please hit open shots. But they also foul. So take advantage of it. Take the ball to the basket. And if you don't score, get fouled. Because the stats show no matter how much USF thinks or USF fan base thinks that this is a team that likes to slow the game down, apparently. I'm not sure that they watched Louisville at all, but it's actually the opposite. USF struggles when teams get more possessions than normal. There's a correlation of it. They are basically a 500 team when teams score over 75 points. So score the ball, hit your open shots. If they want to go ahead and play fast, play their pace. No problem.
Joey, anything to add?
Attack. Just attack the rim. We've all kind of said it, get them to the free throw line. Shawn said earlier, of all the teams in the tournament, South Florida fouls more than any of them. So if we can, attack the rim, get to the foul line. We're not about 77%, I think, team free throw shooting team. Get to the rim, but I hear what everybody says, like, they're a really good offensive rebounding team. But again, I got to keep falling back to who are they offensive rebounding against? You know what I mean? Like, who are they offensive They're playing against teams that are in the hundreds or higher. So we're better than that. And
76.9% from the free throw line.
So right at 77.
Yeah.
I was pretty close.
You are?
We aren't a bad rebounding team. Like we have I don't know that I could probably count on one hand how many games that we've lost the rebounding margin.
And even then, most of
it was really
yeah,
close.
yeah.
Like we're not a bad rebounding team. We have guards that rebound. Ryan gets a lot. McNeely gets a lot. Kanai, when he's in there, he gets rebounds. Zoo, Frew gets a lot. Like those guys get a lot of offense. Frew and Zoo get a lot of offensive rebounds, kicking it back out. But when they kick it back out, these guys need to hit the open shots, like we said, and it can be done. They've shown it. But we've also shown nights where couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. So I think attacking them on offense and pressuring them on defense.
Yeah, I think just because y'all pretty much mentioned everything.
Stole everything from you.
It's okay. Definitely got to push the pace. If we can control the pace, we win the game. We tire them out. We force them to play more than just 3 players from their bench. That's going to be to our benefit. What we can't do is be lackadaisical in there. We have to be aggressive defensively. We have to, and I'm not saying try to draw charges every time down the court aggressive, but we have to make sure that we're taking it to the basket because we got guys like Conwell that can take it to the basket and score. We got guys like Hadley that can take it to the basket and score. And we got guys like Frew that can grab the rebound and toss it out instead of putting it in the hole like he should.
Woolley likes to go to the basket.
Oh yeah.
Well, Woolley. The difference is Woolley likes to go, but Woolly's not as successful.
But if he can get if he can draw fouls on them, that's going to be.
I understand that, but when Woolley and Chris, case in prior, we definitely see him tomorrow. I believe. From watching today, I watched the both of the games in the ACC tournament and the last 2 regular season games. What I saw was Woolley turned the ball over 6 times against who do we just Miami, and 4 of them were him going to the basket and then trying to toss it off at the last set. Our whole team does that way too much, trying to make cute passes in the middle of the from about half court to the free throw line. They try to make passes they have no business making.
Kobe, Woolley, and Ryan Conwell drive to underneath and then stop. And then get stuck, and then try to pass it back out.
So that's my only thing with that.
Hadley's the only one who just takes it in and then goes up with it.
He just puts it in. Shawn, just put it in. That's the moral of what we're trying to teach you.
I wonder if Enos has a brother named Philip.
Okay, stop it.
God,
stop it. Philip.
Wonder if he'll get in tomorrow.
No, I'm pretty sure Shawn's going to hang out with him this weekend, though. But
he's going to handle him.
Oh
okay.
God.
That's enough.
Full court press.
Okay. Shawn's going to take a charge.
Oh my God.
He's going to play man to man.
I do not see a formula. Which leads us, and I'll go first. The reason why I let you all go first that time, I'm going to go first this time. Which leads me to my next point. What can Louisville not do tomorrow? And what we can't do is turn the ball over. We cannot let them slow us down. We have to play we have to play Louisville basketball tomorrow. We cannot let them slow us down. We cannot be frivolous with the ball. We cannot be anything but aggressive when it comes to rebounding and scoring. It's cool to hit 23 pointers a game. But it's even cooler to put when you can't hit the 23 pointers a game to have an inside game. And it's really weird because our inside game is not necessarily from the 5. It's Javon Hadley driving to the back, or it's Ryan Conwell driving to the basket.
Javon Hadley with his back to the basket.
Yeah, just whatever Javon Hadley wants to do, he does. So what we can't do is we cannot let it play into their favor at all. Dalton, I'll let you go next.
Look at me. South Florida plays very similarly to Louisville. They like to get up and down. They're comfortable running at a fast pace, which isn't necessarily an indication of a good or a bad thing. I think that South Florida likes to get to the free throw line. They're one of the best teams in the country at getting to the free throw line. Yep, sure, competition considered. However, you got to respect them. They're here for a reason. Can't overlook them. Even if you are a better team, got to prove it. It's all that matters what happens at 1:30. I think that to that point, Sananda Fruit, no 2 fouls with 10 minutes left in the first half. Adrian Woolley can't pick up some of the fouls that he picks up. Same with Ryan Conwell. Like, you can't really, like, yeah, USF fouls, but they also get fouled a lot. Foul trouble could be a huge deciding factor in this game. Also, the scoring droughts have to stop. The multiple scoring droughts of 5+ minutes of game time without a field goal, that's why you lose games right there. Imagine if you cut that in half. You win, you probably cut your loss total in half almost, maybe. So, I mean, it's defensively, it's being composed and staying in position. We foul a lot when we get out of position. And then offensively, it's the 3-point shots are falling. Don't try to make up for it by taking even more contested 3-pointers. Take it to the basket. Make them foul you.
Absolutely. Chris says ball fake and attack a lot and put Isaac in the absolute back of a 1-3-1. Hey, not bad. Joey?
We can't score less points than them.
All right. Shawn?
That's great. That's a great point.
He took your point, I think.
Yeah, he did. I would say defensively, we have to play better team defense because we're not playing good team defense. That's where it's Isaac McNeely all over again. Isolate him, drive on him every time.
Well,
Switch,
we got to help.
Drive. Exactly. So we need to help defense to be better. Offensively, to me, it's a matter of moving. There's something I noticed with this team, and it happened last year too. This team's predicated on a lot of ball movement, a lot of cutting, and sometimes you'll see them just standing around. And you can't have that. A lot of these scoring droughts, we're just stagnant. We pass the ball on one side, pass it back to the top of the key. Pass the ball on the other side, pass. No. Move, cut, look for, and nobody does that sometimes. And that's where we get these scoring droughts a lot. And then we jack up a contested 3.
Well, and, not helping on our defenders that need the help, coupled with doing too much double teaming and not getting back, like wide open threes, wide open alley-oops, things like that. But I want to clarify, I'm not saying South Florida is weak, but I do feel like you have to look at the context of who they play.
Sure.
And that does come into play, because in the American Conference, if you put Syracuse in that conference, they probably have a 20-win season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You put South Florida in the ACC, and they probably have 12 or 13 wins. Like, you're just not going to get as many wins in the ACC as you are the is it the AAC?
Yes.
Yeah.
AAC. So I don't want anybody to think I'm not taking anything away from them. I'm just saying, when we're talking about, drawing fouls or rebounding or things like that, 11-game win streaks against Marist or whoever is in the conference. Besides Wichita, I don't even know who else.
Is Memphis in that conference? Or
they're water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Penny.
Yeah, they're water.
So let's go predictions, Joey. Tomorrow, final score. By the way, before you give your final score, the ESPN FPI indicator or whatever the matchup predictor has Louisville 81% to win the game. So I don't know how they figure all that out, but it is what it is. Go ahead.
I think Louisville wins, and I don't think it's it's not going to be a 20-point blowout, but I think they win by about 10. I'm going to say 78. I'm going to say 78-70. 8 to 10 points. So I'll just cut it at 8.
Shawn?
I'm kind of the same boat, about 10 points, but I'm going to say it's a higher scoring game. I'm going to go Louisville 92-82.
Okay. Dalton?
That was kind of close to my prediction. In terms of overall points, I had 89 to like 83.
Where are we getting all these points from?
They run both teams.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like,
more
we got,
possessions,
like, 3 guys
more
that
points.
score, though. No, I understand that, but we got like 3 guys that score.
I think this is going to be a free throw shootout. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think both these teams
don't get me wrong.
This might be a 4-hour game.
It could be.
Oh,
It
God,
could
I
be.
hope not.
With the commercials and the halftime, oh yeah.
Please no.
The only thing that would be worse is if they listed Shawn's strikeout record during the game. That would be a little longer. I'm going to 86-78. That's what I had wrote down. That is somewhere in between the middle of South Florida, one of the few teams in the country that averages more points than we do per game. But we also allow less per game than they do. So just trying to get a happy medium there. We appreciate y'all tuning in on a special Wednesday night episode. Please support our photographers, Jeff Nunn, TJ Barr, Justin Kruger, and Keith and Renee Russell, and our beat writers, Sam Baisden and Taylor Kopp. Everybody doing really well. Taylor doing a phenomenal job her first year with us. Stay tuned to our social media and subscribe to us on YouTube or Facebook to be alerted anytime we go live, even though we prefer YouTube, obviously. You can find the audio version on over 125 podcast avenues: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, and iHeart, to name a few. Hit subscribe, like, heart, +sign, or whatever it is that Shawn does on the weekend immediately to have these episodes downloaded to your laptop, PC, or cellular device. If you haven't listened to all the prior episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, it's easy to find. Go to cardinalsportszone.com, the podcast tab, podcast drop-down menu, and select CSZ Podcast for our newer stuff from the last 7 seasons, which I cannot believe we've all been together for 7 seasons now. For some of our earlier stuff, go to archives. For all the stuff that was on 93.9 The Ville, send your hate mail to Nikki V for accidentally
Sir Poops and
Sir Poops and Runs for deleting all the files at ESPN the one day, not just ours. Check out our exclusives on cardinalsportszone.com, the place it all began. Shout out to everyone who's out there sharing the podcast. We appreciate and love you guys. It's going to be weird doing this one live because Dalton's on here with us, but I digress. Shout out to our guys, Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage, doing the Lord's work for us Monday through Friday from 10 to noon on ESPN 93.9 The Ville.
Till 11:51 today.
But sometimes it's less. Shout out to our guy, Dalton Pence. Mondays with Dalton Pence from 6 to 7 on the Big X. And is your first listen every day on Locked On Louisville. And he is your new PA announcer for the Louisville Kings. Proud of you. Happy about that. I would ask you all to tell everybody where they can find you on social media, but I actually I wove that into the graphic for today, so you don't have to tell everybody. Shawn, unless you'd like to share your Farmers Only login.
Dirt poor looking to score.
What do you say?
Dirt poor and looking to score. That's actually not half bad, Shawn. That might be.
Hey, we got Dalton, man.
You got him.
Dirt poor and wanting to be a man horse.
Man horse? He wants to be a centaur?
Yeah. I didn't know if the other word was.
Probably not. Shout out to our
You
guys.
said damn earlier, so.
Who did?
Dalton.
Oh, well, I didn't hear that.
So, like, horse probably.
Sue me.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying horse probably not as bad as damn.
Okay, but
Horse in the Bible.
okay.
They called them whoremongers.
This
Horse. That's what they were.
Shout out to Dan Furman and our guy Mark, who neither one of them are either of those words you just said. Did you all know that regular IV therapy can help improve your energy levels, boost your immune system, and enhance your overall well-being? At Prime IV Hydration and Wellness, their memberships offer a convenient way to maintain your health with monthly treatments. Visit them at Prime IV in Middletown to learn more about how their wellness plans can support your lifestyle and help you feel your best every day. Give them a call or text 502-251-9836. We surely do appreciate everybody tuning in here with us for the show tonight. Let's get to everybody's final thoughts. Joey, we'll let you go first on that.
Maryland's not in the tournament, right? Nope, they're trash.
They're trash. Yeah.
My upset special.
Okay. Santa Clara?
Yup.
Okay.
What are they? What's their mascot? Come on,
I
Shawn.
have
You
no
know.
idea.
Bull crap.
The Jackrabbits?
I don't know.
Somebody's the Jackrabbit.
Go Santa Clara.
There you go. And go Tennessee State.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Shawn?
You don't know the mascot for Santa Clara? Respect
don't.
Bucky the Bronco.
Oh, the Broncos. Yeah, you're right. I don't watch a whole lot of WCC. Are they in the WCC?
I don't watch them. I bet a lot of WCC
Okay, there you
basketball.
go. Well, that's probably why you bucking know who they are. I said
Yeah,
Buck.
I
I
don't-
said Buck.
I don't know who the buck they are.
Okay, I shouldn't have encouraged that, Shawn.
Well, of course, it's market season in Buffalo. The Bulls, we're going to grab them by the horns. and bury him in the ground.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Dalton.
VCU is a lock to beat North Carolina. I don't know if they play tomorrow or Friday, but just know the Rams are moving on to the round of 32.
I love it. We still have a couple more hours. If you want to join the Cardinal Sports Zone Tournament Bracket Challenge, you can shoot me or Joey a message on Facebook, and we can send you the direct link to where you don't need a password. Or if you hit us up on Twitter, we can shoot you all there.
Nobody's messaged me on Twitter.
Well, they've all just hit me up via text or Facebook.
Losers.
Well, I've not had any problem recruiting people to do it, but we've got one going on. Yeah, so we got one of those bracket challenges going on. Shawn, you entered it too, correct?
Yes.
There you go. Look, we've had a good time with you all tonight. We appreciate it once again. For myself, for Shawn, for Joey, for Dalton, we thank you for the support. We love you guys, and until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast.